It is Christian again, and this week I'm going to be showing you a little bit about 3D meshes and the things that you can do with those. So right now I'm just going to open up a regular file and just use all the regular presets that I had. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to come over here to this area, and you can see the 3D extrusion and mesh. You can see 3D postcard, all these things. But what I'm going to be doing over here is I'm going to be clicking the mesh from preset, and after I do that, I can click, and any number of these can be placed into my file, and they'll just be placed in as a 3D object. So first I'm going to place a donut into the file, and I'm going to press create, and as you can see, a donut was placed in the center of my file. So you can do a lot of different things with this donut. After I do that, I can move it along a certain axis, I can scale it, and I can rotate it, but it's not going to rotate too much just because it is already a circle. It's basically everything I could do with the other objects. But something that's interesting that you can do with these mesh from preset objects is you can make them look like certain. You can create different objects with them, and basically make a little scene. So I'm going to try to make a donut with a glass of milk. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add the other variable to this, which would be the glass. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to click on the donut over here, and you can see that as I click on the donut, there's a little area underneath the donut material. That is actually where I can edit the shine, reflection, roughness, bump, opacity, refraction of the donut, and I can change the color up here and make it anything that I want. There's glass presets, there's different colors, there's cork, many different things like that. So I can change the color of that and make it look a lot different. But what I'm going to do is to add in a new object, I'm going to click donut, this right here, and then I'm going to right click on the donut. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a cylinder. It just gives me a different set of options. I'm just going to make a small cylinder, and I can always just edit it back in. See, I created a cylinder that is very, very tiny. I could have made it a little bit bigger, but I just wanted to show you that the cylinder would be grouped with the donut. So what I'm going to do is now go over to cylinder, click on it, let me back up, and I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. Let me adjust my screen, move it out. Let me try to straighten this out a little bit. Now it's a little bit, there we go. So what I'm going to do next is I can create the colors of the cylinder and of the donut. I'm going to try to find something that looks a little bit like what the donut looks like. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on the donut and go down to where it says donut material. And you can see that it changes over here a little bit. So I'm going to try to find something that looks a little bit like a donut. You can see the glass there, a golden donut. I don't know if that's something I would want to eat. But let's just try a couple different things. That kind of looks like a donut. This guy right here. How about that? I will stick with this one. Let me back up. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the cylinder, but as you can see, the cylinder has top material and bottom material because it's not just a oval and it's not a circular object. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this and I can adjust everything on the cylinder, but so I can take the bottom material and the top material and I can diffuse it, and I can basically make it look however I want it to look. For this, I'm going to just kind of mess with the top area, see if I can get it to look a little concave. That looks to be alright. Do the bottom material, I really don't have to mess with it too much. Make it a little bit bigger. Move it up. And let's see if I can oops. Just the cylinder material. Let's see if I can make it some sort of glass. Okay. So now you can see I created a glass object for the cylinder. Next, what I'm going to want to do is, once again, I'm going to click inside the donut. I'm going to select donut over here. I'm going to right click it. I'm going to do add cylinder just like last time, and then just make a small cylinder once again inside of the donut. As you can see, the differences between the first cylinder, this one, and the new cylinder is that they add a 0 to the end of it, just making it a different title, and you can still access all the different parts of the cylinder. So that's pretty cool to do. What I'm going to do now is try to scale it and fit it inside of the other glass, so I can make it appear as if there's milk inside of it. Let me do that. Okay, I'm gonna have to bring it up a little bit. Maybe this way. Let's see. Now I have to select the cylinder material over here, right there, and just try to find a white. Actually, I'm going to change the cylinder material on the big cylinder to maybe make it look like the glass is sticking out a little bit more. Let's see. There we go. It looks about in the center. Just a little rough representation. Okay. Let me select the big cylinder again. And I'm just trying to create something for you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. Let's just try different glasses. Maybe I'll try a colored glass. Maybe red. Or how about that? We'll go with that color. So as you can see, it's just a little rough representation of what you can do with the 3D meshes in Photoshop. It's a little rough, I know, but there's my version of a donut and milk. So the last thing I want to show you guys is how you can group everything together. First, let me show you, or let me edit this top material to make it clear. Computer seems to be running a little slow, but yeah, there. Well, it didn't really work too well. Let me try that again. It's taking forever, but while we wait, there we go. Actually, I'm just going to show you guys how you can group the different objects inside the donut here. So what I'm going to do is, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select the cylinder and press the Shift key, or if you're using a Windows, I don't know what that is, I'm using a Mac, so I'm going to press the Shift key on the cylinder 0 and cylinder, and then I'm going to right click. Let me zoom out real quick, and then I'm going to scroll down to group objects and click on that. So that should group the entire object together and make it a lot easier to work with. And that is everything that I've learned this week about 3D meshes. So thanks a lot for watching, and see you again next week.